Everybody, it's Jamie, and this is 4 to 40, 4 years to 40. Yikes, right? Sorry, the lighting is horrible. I look like hell in this lighting, but that's okay. First off, I wanted to thank Beecher 1967 for supporting me and getting me a bunch of new support. I got some new subscribers and a lot of comments, and I appreciate all of them. I was having a rough time, and thankfully since then I've gone to my regular doctor. I have taken some time to reflect and really taken some time to just figure out, is it really that big of a deal? I decided no. I'm not going to let things like that upset me that much if I can avoid it. My dog, can you see him? That's my little Zeus. He's doing good. But the one way over there, let me see if I can zoom in. No, not on the front-facing camera. That's my little Adonis. If you can see him there on the blanket. He's not doing so good. Tonight I took him for a walk just down the street. I just wanted to get him out. It's dark by the time I get home from work, so they have not gotten out a lot. And he's having some health issues, and I've been recording them all day. And I realize all they do in their kennel all day is lay there and sleep. And it's about 10 hours from the time, well, it's even longer after when tax season starts. They can only hold it for, before they have to go outside for about 12. They're pretty amazing little dogs. During tax season, though, I try to at least take a half hour to run home, let them go outside in the middle of the day and come back. Because that's too hard for them most days. I just don't want to do that to them. So anyway, I decided they've been just sitting, laying around all day, and then they come home, or I come home, and that's what they do again. So I thought that that my goal was to take them for a walk. So I did, and the problems with Adonis is they thought about 6 weeks ago, basically they determined that it must be seizures. Not good. So we went ahead and started him on phenobarbital, which is a very, very heavy sedative. He takes, 3/4 of a pill twice a day. 7 a.m., 7 p.m. on the dot. A couple days ago, so I guess it'd be Sunday night, he started acting weird again. He had finally gotten used to the medicine because before that he was falling over, he was having a hard time walking, moving around. And he got over that, got used to the medicine, that's pretty normal, and stopped having seizures, which was wonderful for my sleep because they were happening at night. And then he started acting weird Sunday night. I couldn't find him. He was hiding, shaking, scared, but I didn't see anything happen. Monday when I got home from work, he was really shaky, really scared, falling down as he left his kennel to come into the living room to eat. I took him to the emergency vet, and they said, well, we don't know, seems okay. So then the next day, he went into my regular vet, got blood drawn, and they sent it to Portland, Oregon, to have it looked at to see if he's got toxic levels of the medicine. He shouldn't, but it depends, because if his liver doesn't process it properly, then he's got issues. So anyway, we don't know what's going on, but when I took him for his walk tonight, he's usually pulling me the whole way. Well, that didn't happen. He started falling behind. He kept wanting to stop. Something was wrong. I only went down the street to the end of the block, and we started back. Wait, we didn't even make it to the end of the block before I decided that something was wrong. We needed to turn back. So we came back. I picked him up twice on the way back and carried him for a bit because he just is having problems. It's either walking or it hurts to walk or there's something going on. Maybe he's just confused. I don't know, but he was falling far behind. He was not himself. Anyway, I'm having a hard time with that. I've had him for 10 years. That's pretty young still for a Chihuahua. And, I don't have kids, so these are my kids. So, I know they're going to pass away eventually. Unfortunately, that's the way things work with dogs and animals, and they die before you do. And it's just too soon, and I don't want it to be like this. I don't want him to suffer. I don't want him to be going through all this. I know he's not happy. He's not himself, and hopefully, I'm praying that things will be okay. On the weight loss front, I have lost whatever I had gained last week. So I'm doing good there. I haven't really had any big issues with eating this week. I've just been following schedule, logging everything at myfitnesspal.com, and watching all your videos to keep me motivated. I've been doing really good after dinner. I used to have some issues with that, and I did a lot of eating after dinner, and I've been really trying to control that. So yay for me. A couple things I've changed. I did not buy milk this week. I can become a real milkaholic, and I'll have one glass, which is, my glasses I think are 17 ounces. I'll have one of those, and then I'll be like, I want some more. And that's on top of my dinner. Well, that's a lot of calories. I drink 1%, so I don't drink fat-free. So that's a lot of calories and a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs, and it's just stuff I don't need to be eating. I have been eating oatmeal every day for breakfast, and lunches have varied from chicken and vegetables. Today I had refried beans with vegetables, raw vegetables like onions and tomatoes and some black olives. And I ate that with taco shells, the hard ones. With the lap band, it is harder sometimes to eat, and this week, lunches have been hard. I had the first 2 days tried to eat chicken. I couldn't even eat an ounce and a half of chicken. And by then, in an hour I'm starving, and it just wasn't working. It was just getting stuck, which is a very uncomfortable feeling, and I was at work. So refried beans, the non-fat refried beans, they went out today and went down well. So then I was, full of fiber, felt fine. Had an apple this afternoon for a snack. Wasn't hungry when I got home, so I had time to take the dogs for a walk. Excuse me. Oh, it's been a long day. Long couple days. Not sleeping that well. But anyway, on to, this video is getting too long. It's 8 minutes now. Forgot to talk about the appointment with my regular doctor. He said, basically, it's not necessarily diabetes. He said, I have a hypothyroid. Basically, when I was 18, I went to the doctor, and he said, well, I think you're eating too much, but we'll test the thyroid, right? So he got the numbers back, and he had kind of put his foot in his mouth because my numbers were worse than he had ever seen before. And this doctor's been around for 30, 40 years. So, well, I don't know, 40. That sounds like a lot for a doctor. Anyway, he's old. But basically my numbers were so bad. He basically said that what happened was when I was younger, this was around 18, my cells basically ate away my thyroid gland as if it wasn't supposed to be there. So since 18, I'm 35 now, almost 36. Since then, I have been on levothyroxine Synthroid. So my numbers are way out of whack. I got them tested a year ago, but they're already way out of whack. So something's obviously going on. And he said when that happens, your body still, when the thyroid's not working right, nothing else works right, basically. And so he thinks the numbers are high because of that. He says I'm probably still pre-diabetic, and I need to take the metformin, which, by the way, it's not fun. I spend a lot of time in the bathroom. I take it in the morning with breakfast and with dinner, and man, my backside is not happy. And my tummy is gurgly and yucky, and eventually I guess it goes away, so hopefully. So I just want to talk about my doctor's visit. Made me feel a lot better. I still need to change. I still need to get going on this. One step at a time, one day at a time. I got to get some sort of good habits going and a schedule going this month because starting in January, I have to work at least 55 hours a week. And unfortunately, we're one person short right now and cannot find a replacement for some reason. And we've been looking for a couple months now, or excuse me, a month now, month and a half, and we've been looking for a replacement. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think that 55 is going to become 65. So between that, coming home takes me a half-hour turnaround time to come home, to let the dogs out, to go back to work, to come home then and then try to work out, try to eat dinner, try to relax, get up and do it all over again 6 days a week. It's going to be difficult, and I don't look forward to it. I think this is my 12th tax season coming up, and I dread them more and more every year and wonder why I'm still in this profession. So maybe one of these days I'm going to figure out and get into private accounting or something, because I can't handle it. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go back to trying to upgrade my computer. I'm trying to put in a new video card, and the wiring is crazy to the power supply because it was fancily installed the last time, and so all the wires are twisted and moved out of the way. Well, that's fine, except for now I need to unplug them and replug in the new one. Yeah, not working. So I'm going to go back to that. Hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for listening, and I'll try to keep you updated more often than once a week. It is my intent to do that. I think I've just been lazy, and that's why you haven't seen me on there much yet. So I'm going to get back into it and upload a little more video now and then. So anyway, from me and the dogs, we're going to go, and I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.